Focus on yourself and see what happens. Stoicism. Focus on yourself and see what happens. This quote, inspired by the principles of Stoicism, captures the essence of our discussion today. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we explore how ancient wisdom can shape modern lives. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In this video, we'll delve into how embracing challenges can lead to personal growth and resilience. How do you handle life's obstacles? Share your thoughts in the comments below, or tell us how focusing on yourself has impacted your journey. Let's embark on this stoic path together and see what transformations lie ahead. One, the importance of standing strong in the face of challenges. In life, every individual encounters challenges that may initially appear overwhelming, but embracing these obstacles is the key to personal growth and resilience. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius profoundly reminds us that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This philosophy transforms our perception of difficulties, revealing them not as barriers, but as opportunities to forge forward. Picture each challenge as a puzzle piece in the grand tapestry of our lives, requiring patience, perseverance, and strategic thinking to align correctly. This analogy highlights how each hurdle contributes to shaping our character and illuminating our path. Overcoming obstacles fosters a sense of achievement and strength, fortifying our resilience and self-assurance. Seneca, another esteemed Stoic, wisely remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This insight reflects how life's trials refine and strengthen us, enhancing our problem-solving skills and nurturing an adaptable mindset. Furthermore, recognizing that each setback is a lesson allows us to face challenges with confidence. For instance, Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," exemplifying how a positive perspective on setbacks can lead to monumental achievements. In modern life, this mindset is crucial, especially for men aged 30 to 65 navigating career, family, and personal goals. It encourages a balance between ambition and resilience, fostering progress through setbacks. To cultivate this perspective, adopt practical strategies such as reframing failures as learning opportunities, maintaining a growth mindset, and celebrating incremental progress. In conclusion, by perceiving challenges as stepping stones to success, we can forge a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves, capable of navigating life's complexities with confidence and grace. Remember, he who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have, as Socrates wisely stated, emphasizing the importance of embracing each stage of our journey. 2. Focusing on yourself and practicing Stoic virtues. This ancient wisdom, born in the forums of Greece and Rome, speaks to us clearly even today, offering a pathway to self-mastery and balanced living. But what does it truly mean to focus on yourself and live according to Stoic virtues? It means consciously choosing how you act and react, guided by the principles of wisdom, courage, and temperance. This isn't about self-centeredness or arrogance. Rather, it's about recognizing the immense power in your hands to shape your responses to life's challenges. It's about making the right choices, not just for yourself, but for the broader world around you. The Stoic path calls us to refine our decision-making, even in the minutiae of daily life, how we handle delays, treat our colleagues, and manage our time and energy. To truly live in this way requires an understanding of what is within your control. The Stoic dichotomy of control is clear. While we can't alter external events, we can choose how to respond to them. This realization liberates us from the anxieties of the uncontrollable and focuses our efforts on what we can change: our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This shift in perspective is a powerful reminder that we need not be weighed down by external pressures. Instead, we can steer our ship toward calmer waters by cultivating our inner virtues. Consider the story of Clara, a project manager who recently faced an unexpected setback. A major client withdrew from a project due to market changes beyond her control. Initially, Clara felt the pang of panic, but drawing on her Stoic practice, she took a breath and reminded herself of what she could control: her response. She rallied her team, reassessed their strategy, and found new ways to diversify their efforts, turning the setback into an opportunity for growth. Clara's journey reflects how focusing on yourself in a Stoic sense leads to constructive action. So how can you apply these principles to your own life? Begin by asking yourself, where am I expending energy on things beyond my control? How can I redirect that energy toward constructive actions within my sphere of influence? This questioning invites reflection, guiding you to realign your focus and embrace your power to choose wisely. In summary, Stoic virtues offer a timeless guide to a balanced life. They teach us to live consciously, making small, meaningful choices daily. By differentiating what we can and can't control, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry, allowing us to act wisely and courageously. The lesson here is clear. By focusing on yourself in a Stoic sense, you can lead a life of purpose, balance, and inner peace. Now it's your turn. How will you incorporate Stoic virtues into your daily routine and see the transformation unfold? 3. The power of choice. In a world that often feels chaotic and beyond our control, the ability to choose how we react can be our anchor, grounding us amidst the storm. While external circumstances like the weather or others' opinions may not be within our control, our responses to them certainly are. This realization is not only liberating but also deeply practical. It gives us a way to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and composure. Consider how often you've felt anxious about something outside your control. Maybe a missed flight, harsh criticism from a colleague, or an unexpected downpour. Did worrying help? Most likely not. The Stoic perspective invites you to take a different approach, to pause and reflect. I can't change the situation, but how can I deal with it in the best way possible? This mindset shift is more than just a comforting thought. It's a tool for managing life's twists and turns. Stoic philosophy emphasizes getting to know yourself, like a detective investigating your own mind. This self-awareness helps you identify what drives you, what triggers your reactions, and how to manage these emotions constructively. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote encapsulates the heart of Stoicism. By understanding and controlling our responses, we can maintain inner peace amidst turmoil. But how do you put this into practice? Next time something unexpected disrupts your plans, resist the urge to panic or complain. Instead, ask yourself, how can I turn this into a constructive experience? Perhaps a delayed meeting can become an opportunity to read a book or reflect on your goals. Or a harsh critique can prompt you to reevaluate and refine your work. By shifting your focus from the uncontrollable to your responses, you can transform challenges into growth opportunities. Now imagine how this approach can reshape your daily life. Instead of letting minor inconveniences or setbacks derail you, you can consciously choose to stay calm and navigate them effectively. This isn't about ignoring problems, but rather confronting them with a mindset that puts you in control of your reactions. This shift can be transformative, turning what could have been stressful moments into opportunities for growth. Think of John, a software developer facing a tight deadline and a bug in his code. Initially, he felt overwhelmed, but drawing on Stoic teachings, he paused to reflect on his reaction. Recognizing the stress, he shifted his mindset, choosing to focus on what he could control, fixing the bug one step at a time. This change in perspective allowed him to stay calm, address the issue, and complete his project. John's story illustrates how choosing our responses can lead to practical, positive outcomes. Conclude. Remember that while life will always present challenges, you have the power to choose how to handle them. The Stoic approach offers a pathway to balance, self-awareness, and resilience. By focusing on what you can control, your reactions, responses, and mindset, you can navigate life's uncertainties with grace and composure. So, next time you encounter an obstacle, ask yourself, how can I deal with this constructively? This question can guide you to solutions, transforming setbacks into opportunities for growth. In the end, the power of choice gives us a way to lead a life of inner peace and balance. This practice not only brings harmony to our daily routines, but also builds a foundation for resilience. Now, how will you apply this Stoic principle to your life, and what transformations will it bring? If you've made it this far, you're on the path to inner strength. Drop a comment saying, "I am Stoic," to show your dedication to the Stoic journey. Stick around, there's more to come on this transformative path. 4. Courage in daily life. The essence of courage often seems monumental, reserved for grand moments or heroes of legend, but in truth, it permeates our daily lives. Courage is the force that propels us to rise from bed on challenging mornings, to confront the day's obstacles, and to surmount the hurdles ahead. As Marcus Aurelius sagely put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This strength, this courage, is about facing both the grand and the mundane with resolve. Courage manifests in everyday actions, from the honesty to admit a mistake and apologize, to the strength to confront our fears and grow. It's in choosing to tell the truth even when it might hurt, knowing that integrity is a higher value than comfort. It's in daring to attempt something new, despite the risk of failure, recognizing that growth emerges from discomfort. And it's in realizing we can seek help, embracing our limitations and the support of others as a path toward growth. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. It's that inner voice whispering, "Yes, this is frightening, but I am stronger than my fear." This nurtures resilience, helping us grow through adversity, each courageous act reinforcing our strength. In this way, courage is not a singular act, but a continuous journey, guiding us through life's ups and downs. Let's embrace courage not as an occasional necessity, but as a constant companion. Every time we face a new challenge, we choose to be brave, recognizing that growth lies on the other side of discomfort. Courage, then, is an essential ingredient to living a fulfilling life, allowing us to confront our fears, learn from our failures, and emerge stronger and wiser. This journey is not just for ourselves, but is also a testament to those around us, showing that courage is not only possible but essential to our collective growth. So let's embody this strength, step forward with resolve, and move boldly through life's trials, knowing that courage, in all its forms, makes us who we are. The courage to take these steps is not just personal, but societal. It's reflected in our willingness to face the challenges of modern life, from personal relationships to professional hurdles. For example, it takes courage to set boundaries with loved ones or colleagues, knowing that sometimes saying no is necessary for self-preservation. It takes courage to confront societal pressures, whether it's the pressure to conform or to succeed in a world that often values material success over personal growth. It's in this context that the wisdom of Seneca rings true. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. By embracing the challenges that lie ahead, we can find strength not just in ourselves, but in our communities. 5. Temperance and a balanced life. Temperance offers a powerful secret to achieving a well-rounded and fulfilling life. It's all about practicing self-control, embracing moderation, and finding balance in everything you do. When you look at your life, think of it as a boat, navigating the vast ocean. Temperance serves as the rudder, guiding you steadily and helping you avoid the extremes. The Stoics, ancient philosophers with surprisingly modern insights, viewed temperance not merely as a virtue but as a key to happiness. They taught that by living in harmony with nature and accepting the world as it is, you can manage your desires and steer clear of excess. How does this idea apply to your daily life? It's surprisingly simple. Start with small practical steps. Consider the food you eat, the time you spend on social media, and how you balance work and rest. The essence of temperance lies in asking yourself, is this really necessary? Or, am I seeking short-term pleasure or long-term fulfillment? Imagine, for instance, a professional who's constantly chasing the next promotion, thinking it will bring happiness. Despite their achievements, they feel unfulfilled because they never stopped to consider what truly matters to them. By adopting temperance, they could focus on what brings genuine joy, balancing their ambition with personal well-being. This balance is not about deprivation but about enjoying life without falling into the trap of always wanting more. What areas of your life could benefit from this kind of balance? Perhaps it's in relationships where striving for constant validation might leave you feeling empty, or in career goals, where chasing after titles might overshadow meaningful experiences. The beauty of temperance lies in its simplicity, teaching you that often very little is needed for a happy life. As you ponder how to apply temperance, consider this. What areas of your life might need adjustment to achieve true balance? In the end, temperance provides a valuable lesson. By finding harmony in what you do, you can lead a happier, more fulfilling life. It's about learning to appreciate what you have, avoiding extremes, and creating a life where balance and moderation are celebrated as the true keys to happiness. 6. Acceptance and self-control. Living in the present moment and maintaining self-control are like holding the helm steady at sea. Life, with all its twists and turns, challenges our patience and ability to remain calm. Imagine you're navigating a tumultuous ocean. Sometimes the waves are just too big to control. But the secret to navigating life is to realize that while we can't control external events, we have immense power over our own reactions and attitudes. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Taking charge of our responses isn't about surrendering or being passive. It's about mastering our reactions to life. Reality can be tough, and accepting it as it is may seem challenging at first. However, fighting against things we cannot change only exhausts us. Instead, focusing on what is within our control, our actions, thoughts, and attitudes, allows us to uncover our true strength. This insight echoes the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Self-control is a powerful tool that helps us realize that, while we can't dictate everything around us, we do have power over ourselves. This realization brings an incredible sense of freedom. Consider, for example, a situation where things don't go as planned. Perhaps a project at work falls apart or personal plans are disrupted. In such moments, our immediate reaction might be frustration or even despair. But what if, instead of dwelling on what's gone wrong, we shift our focus to what we can do next? This mindset, grounded in self-control, provides peace of mind and strength. So how can you apply this in your life? One approach is to ask yourself, what can you control in difficult situations? How can focusing on your reactions improve your experience? Think of a time when you faced a challenge. By focusing on what you could control, how did that change your perspective? Through these questions, you can begin to understand the value of self-control and the importance of focusing on what truly matters. The Stoics remind us that our power lies in our response to life's events. This understanding not only brings inner peace but also builds resilience. In challenging times, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes are like the rudder that steers our ship. When you face your next storm, remember the words of Seneca. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Maintaining self-control and focusing on what you can change allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and strength. By understanding that you have power over your reactions, you gain the freedom to shape your experiences and find peace, even in the face of challenges. How can this insight help you live a more balanced and fulfilling life? Consider how focusing on yourself, on your reactions and attitudes, can transform your experience and bring you a sense of freedom. Through self-control, you can chart your course toward a more resilient and peaceful life. Thank you for being here for this video on Focus on Yourself and See What Happens, Stoicism. How have you applied Stoic principles to your daily life, and what impact have they had on your mindset and resilience? If you're not sure what to write, share how you managed to maintain focus amidst life's challenges. A7. 7. Self-examination and the power of the mind. By taking an honest look at your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you can steer yourself back onto the right path. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Self-examination is like taking a pause amid the chaos of daily life to check the map and see if you're heading in the right direction. Without this reflection, it's easy to stray and end up on a path that doesn't resonate with your true self. Through self-examination, you can identify when you're acting on impulse or when your emotions are leading you away from your values and virtues. The Stoics believed that true strength lies in mastering one's inner self, a principle echoed by Marcus Aurelius. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. One of the key insights from self-examination is recognizing the immense power of your mind. Your perception of the world and how you respond to challenges all begin in your head. By controlling your perceptions and reactions, you gain significant influence over your life experience. Imagine how transformative this can be in the modern world, where so much is beyond your control. The ancient Stoics knew this well, and Seneca advised, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." What if you could shift your perspective and focus on what you can control? So how can you practice self-examination today? Start by setting aside a few minutes to reflect on your attitudes and emotions. Ask yourself, is this aligned with who I want to be? This simple question can uncover areas where you need to grow and improve. Through regular self-reflection, you can identify when you're off course and make adjustments. It's like being the captain of a ship, constantly checking the compass to ensure you're sailing in the right direction. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of your values and goals. But by practicing self-examination, you can align your actions with your true self and live a more fulfilling life. This practice not only helps you stay on track, but also builds resilience as you become more attuned to your inner self and better equipped to handle external challenges. How can this approach help you navigate modern life? Consider how taking the time for self-examination can help you achieve your goals and live in harmony with your values. By focusing on what's within your control and aligning your actions with your true self, you can create a life that's not only more aligned with your desires, but also more resilient and fulfilling. 8. Meditation and mindfulness. Transformation begins in the mind. Imagine a life where every thought and emotion is a powerful tool, ready to shape your reality. This is the crux of Stoic wisdom. The understanding that self-examination, meditation, and mindfulness are more than just ancient practices or passing fads, but essential, revolutionary techniques for attaining self-control and inner peace. How often do we stop to ask ourselves, what are my values? Are my actions aligning with them? This kind of reflection is crucial, as it uncovers opportunities for growth, helping us live in harmony with our beliefs and principles. Meditation, meanwhile, empowers us to sit with our thoughts, observing them with detachment and bringing them to a place of clarity. It's not about emptying the mind, but about realizing that we are the observers, with the ability to decide which thoughts deserve our attention and which should drift away like clouds. This awareness brings a calm, centered focus, crucial for navigating daily life. Mindfulness brings us fully into the present, where life truly happens. By practicing mindfulness, we can see the world around us with fresh eyes, appreciating the little wonders that fill our days. Each breath becomes an opportunity to feel alive, and each task offers a chance to be fully engaged. Consider how these practices apply to modern life. Picture someone stuck in traffic, feeling the frustration build as minutes tick by. Instead of letting anger take over, they turn inward, reflecting on their emotions. They acknowledge the anger, let it pass, and focus on the present moment. The sensation of their breath, the hum of the car engine, the sights and sounds outside the window. This shift in perspective brings calm, reminding them that they have the power to choose their reaction. What if we applied this same approach to our daily struggles? How might it change how we deal with difficult coworkers, challenging family dynamics, or personal setbacks? This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and let go of what we cannot. Ultimately, the power of Stoic practices lies in their simplicity and practicality. By incorporating self-examination, meditation, and mindfulness into our daily routines, we can transform our mindset, align our actions with our values, and navigate life's challenges with a calm, balanced perspective. So how will you apply these techniques to your life today? The path to inner peace and personal transformation starts now. 9. Resilience and acceptance of impermanence. Life is a series of fleeting moments, a cycle of ups and downs that challenge and shape us. This journey through life's ebbs and flows teaches us about inner strength, resilience, and acceptance. As Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This mindset transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth, leading us down a path of self-discovery and development. At the heart of this journey lies an understanding of impermanence, reminding us that everything is transient and that we must learn to embrace and accept this reality. Instead of resisting the inevitable changes in life, we can choose to accept them, appreciating each moment for what it is. This acceptance reduces our attachment to things beyond our control, allowing us to redirect our focus toward what we can influence, our attitudes, reactions, and growth. How would our lives change if we focused on the aspects we could control, rather than lamenting over what we couldn't? This shift in perspective not only alleviates stress, but also fosters a greater sense of inner peace and calm. Viewing adversity as an opportunity for growth further strengthens our resilience. Every obstacle we face becomes a stepping stone toward personal evolution, teaching us valuable lessons about ourselves and the world. As Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective encourages us to approach each challenge as an invitation to learn and grow, rather than a hindrance to our progress. Resilience also means finding peace within, regardless of external circumstances. It's knowing that despite life's inevitable changes and uncertainties, we possess an inner fortress, a center of calm that no adversity can shake. This inner peace allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity, transforming challenges into opportunities for introspection and self-improvement. So how can we cultivate this resilience and inner peace in our daily lives? By practicing acceptance, mindfulness, and self-reflection, we can learn to embrace life's transience and focus on what we can control. We can find strength in adversity, realizing that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and evolve. Ultimately, the path to inner resilience and peace lies in our ability to accept life's impermanence, focus on what we can influence, and find calm within ourselves. This journey toward resilience and peace is not an easy one, but it is deeply rewarding. It teaches us to navigate life's challenges with a steady hand, to embrace change with open arms, and to cultivate a sense of inner calm that carries us through even the stormiest of times. So how will you approach life's challenges today? How will you transform adversity into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery? The journey toward resilience and peace begins now, and the choice to embark on it lies within each of us. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of our community. Please feel free to share your story or personal impressions. Alternatively, if you're unsure of what to say, simply leave a comment saying, "I am a newbie," if you've just joined us, or "I am Stoic," and if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also serves as a significant motivation for us. All right, let's continue this journey together, shall we? 10. Daily Stoic Practices for Personal Growth. As the sun rises, it brings a fresh day and a new opportunity to transform your life. Imagine yourself at the center of a universe, awaiting your influence. This is your chance to direct your day with intent, guiding it with acts of kindness and generosity, and recognizing the value in each moment. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." By embracing each day, we can find strength and resilience in even the smallest acts of goodness. Start your day by nourishing your spirit with acts of kindness, like helping someone without expecting anything in return, or offering a smile to a stranger. These seemingly small actions build an inner fortress that protects and grounds you. How different would our lives be if we saw each kind gesture as a building block for inner strength? Throughout the day, strive for moderation, resisting the pull of excess currents that can divert us from what is essential. As you navigate through your daily challenges, remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This mindset shifts our focus from external events to our internal response, enabling us to remain grounded and calm. As the evening approaches, dedicate a moment to reflection, not as a judge, but as a learner, asking, "What have I learned today?" Consider keeping a gratitude journal, recording not only your joys but also your challenges. This practice can reveal the beauty in adversity and the lessons it offers. How might our outlook change if we saw each difficulty as an opportunity for growth? Incorporating these practices into your daily routine can help you find balance, focus, and inner peace. They remind us that every action, no matter how small, contributes to our inner strength and resilience. By approaching life with intent, moderation, and reflection, we can navigate its ups and downs with grace, transforming each day into an opportunity for growth. So, how will you direct your day today? The path to self-improvement and inner peace begins with each choice you make. 11. The Stoic Journey. Following the path of Stoicism is akin to walking down a less traveled road of introspection, resilience, and profound understanding. It encourages you to engage in honest self-analysis and to face adversities not as insurmountable challenges, but as steps toward personal growth. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Think of yourself as a solitary sailor navigating the vast ocean of life. You're not deterred by waves or storms because you understand that serenity doesn't come from the absence of challenges, but from confronting them with courage, virtue, and equanimity. True happiness and fulfillment arise from doing what's right, even when life's seas are rough. In this way, the Stoic journey prepares you to walk over sharp stones and navigate tumultuous waters, seeing each experience as an opportunity for learning and growth. This philosophy invites you to live authentically, aligned with your highest values, as you strive to become the best version of yourself. Take, for example, a modern entrepreneur who faces numerous challenges. By applying Stoic principles, they can see setbacks as opportunities for improvement and embrace adversity as a teacher, ultimately leading them to greater success and personal fulfillment. Although this journey might seem daunting, it offers unshakable peace, a meaningful life, and the chance to contribute positively to the world. In a society that often focuses on material wealth and superficial pleasures, Stoicism reminds you that true wealth lies in living a life filled with virtue, dignity, and love. How can you apply these Stoic principles to your own life? By focusing on self-improvement and aligning your actions with your core values, you can lead a more fulfilling life and positively impact those around you. In the end, the Stoic journey teaches that true happiness is found not in avoiding life's challenges, but in facing them with strength and integrity. As you continue on this path, remember to reflect on how Stoicism can help you become the best version of yourself. Thank you for taking this step with us. If you found this valuable, consider subscribing to Continue Your Evolution. Your journey toward self-improvement and fulfillment is just beginning. 12. Embracing discomfort for growth. Discomfort can come in many forms: facing difficult conversations, enduring setbacks, or dealing with uncertainty. By leaning into these experiences, we develop a greater sense of resilience and an ability to adapt to life's unpredictability. One key aspect of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we can only control our reactions, not the circumstances that provoke them. This understanding empowers us to accept discomfort without resentment, recognizing it as a part of life. Instead of resisting or avoiding these experiences, Stoicism teaches us to face them with grace and equanimity, cultivating an inner strength that extends beyond individual challenges. To put this into practice, try adopting an attitude of acceptance toward discomfort, seeing it as a stepping stone toward self-improvement. Ask yourself, how can this challenge help me grow? Recognizing discomfort as an opportunity for growth shifts the narrative from one of suffering to one of self-improvement. This perspective can help us maintain focus and composure in the face of adversity, reducing stress and fostering a calm, balanced mindset. By embracing discomfort, we build resilience and develop a mindset that sees every experience as a chance to learn and grow. This shift in perspective can positively impact all areas of our lives, allowing us to face challenges with confidence and composure. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. 13. Aligning values and actions. This alignment between values and actions brings clarity and focus, allowing us to live authentically. When our actions reflect our core beliefs, we build inner harmony and avoid the cognitive dissonance that can arise from living in contradiction to ourselves. To cultivate this alignment, it's essential to regularly examine your values and consider how they influence your daily choices. Ask yourself, am I living in accordance with my beliefs? This introspection can reveal areas where your actions may not reflect your values, offering opportunities for adjustment and growth. This process of reflection and realignment is an integral part of the Stoic path, fostering a sense of inner peace and consistency. Applying this to modern life, we can find ourselves torn between external pressures and our internal beliefs. In such cases, The Stoic approach is to reflect on what truly matters, guiding our actions to reflect those priorities. By doing so, we can navigate the demands of daily life with a sense of purpose and integrity, reducing stress and cultivating a balanced mindset. Ultimately, aligning our values and actions helps us lead authentic lives, bringing clarity and focus to everything we do. This alignment fosters inner peace, allowing us to face life's challenges with equanimity and grace. As Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." This freedom comes from living in harmony with our values, freeing us from the internal conflicts that can arise from contradiction. 14. Detaching from the uncontrollable. The first step in detaching from the uncontrollable is to identify what lies beyond our influence. This can include external circumstances, the actions of others, and even some aspects of our own lives. Once we recognize these uncontrollable factors, we can consciously choose to detach from them, avoiding the mental anguish that arises from futile attempts at control. Applying this to daily life, consider the stress and frustration that can arise from external pressures. By acknowledging what lies beyond our control, we can redirect our focus to what we can influence: our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. This shift not only reduces stress but also fosters a sense of inner peace, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with clarity and composure. Incorporating this Stoic principle into your daily routine can have profound effects on your mindset and well-being. By detaching from the uncontrollable, you can cultivate a calm, balanced perspective, free from the stress of trying to change what lies beyond your power. This detachment is not an act of surrender, but a conscious choice to focus on what truly matters, leading to a life of purpose and tranquility. Remember the words of Epictetus: "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This mindset can transform how we approach life's challenges, guiding us on a path of balance and peace. What makes people happy? If you're striving for happiness, then you're not truly happy. In other words, happiness is an attitude towards life that you choose and practice every day, not a destination or outcome. So, what makes people happy? Let's explore the signs of happy people to start being happy from today. 1. Appreciating the simple things. In our quest to understand what truly makes us happy, we often overlook the profound joy that can be found in the simplest of moments. While the allure of material possessions, career achievements, and societal validation may seem enticing, their transient nature often leaves us yearning for more. It's in these fleeting moments of simplicity that we discover a deeper, more enduring sense of happiness. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." While the pursuit of grand ambitions and lofty goals is undoubtedly commendable, it's essential to pause and appreciate the beauty in life's simple pleasures. Happiness, after all, is not solely dependent on monumental achievements, but rather on our ability to find joy in the ordinary. Take a moment to savor the taste of your morning coffee, feel the warmth of the sun on your face, or revel in the laughter shared with cherished companions. As Marcus Aurelius aptly put it, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. In our fast-paced society where success is often measured by external markers of wealth and status, it's easy to overlook the significance of these seemingly insignificant moments. However, by cultivating a mindset of gratitude and mindfulness, we can unlock a profound sense of contentment in the simplicity of everyday life. As Seneca wisely observed, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In a world inundated with constant distractions and relentless pursuit of more, it's crucial to cultivate a deeper appreciation for the simple joys that surround us. By shifting our focus from the pursuit of external validation to the cultivation of internal contentment, We empower ourselves to find happiness in even the most mundane of circumstances. Remember, true fulfillment lies not in the accumulation of possessions or accolades, but in the richness of our experiences and the depth of our connections. So, as you navigate the complexities of modern life, take a moment to pause, breathe, and embrace the beauty of the present moment. For as Epictetus reminds us, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. 2. Willingness to create and share joy. In the pursuit of happiness, there's a vital ingredient often overlooked: the willingness to create and share joy. Picture this. In a room filled with laughter, where smiles light up faces, you'll likely find individuals who embody this essence of joy. These naturally happy souls possess an innate optimism, a radiance that permeates their being. They understand that happiness isn't just found, it's created and shared. Imagine for a moment the power of their presence. They have a knack for uplifting others, for turning gloomy days into sunlit adventures. Their positivity is contagious, spreading like wildfire, igniting hope in the hearts of those around them. They effortlessly lift the spirits of the pessimistic, offering a gentle nudge towards confidence and self-belief. And when triumph graces the lives of their friends or loved ones, they're the first to celebrate, to share in the joy of accomplishment. But what sets these individuals apart? It's their willingness, their conscious choice to embrace joy as both a gift and a responsibility. They understand that happiness isn't a solitary pursuit, but a communal endeavor. By creating moments of joy, they weave threads of connection, fostering bonds that withstand the test of time. In our modern hustle, where stress and deadlines loom large, how often do we prioritize joy? How often do we pause to bask in the simple pleasures of life, to revel in the beauty of laughter and camaraderie? Perhaps it's time to take a page from the book of those who understand the true essence of happiness. So, dear listener, I invite you to reflect on your own willingness to create and share joy. How can you infuse more laughter, more lightness into your daily interactions? How can you be a beacon of hope in a world that sometimes feels overshadowed by darkness? Remember, happiness isn't a destination. It's a journey best traveled together. As we navigate this journey, let us heed the lessons of those who understand the profound impact of joy. Let us be catalysts for positivity, spreading happiness wherever we go. And in doing so, may we discover that the truest joy lies not in what we receive, but in what we give. Lesson: embrace the power of joy. Be willing to create and share moments of happiness with those around you. Remember that happiness is not just a personal pursuit, but a collective responsibility. By cultivating joy in our own lives, we can positively influence the world around us, creating a ripple effect of positivity and connection. 3. Embracing challenges positively. Happy folks view challenges not as obstacles to avoid, but as opportunities for growth. As Helen Keller once wisely said, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." So when faced with adversity, instead of shying away, they embrace it with open arms, knowing that it's through overcoming challenges that they grow stronger and wiser. Think about it. When you face a tough situation, do you see it as a roadblock or a stepping stone? Embracing challenges positively doesn't mean denying difficulties. It means acknowledging them and choosing to tackle them head on. It's about shifting your perspective from seeing problems as threats to seeing them as opportunities for personal development. So next time life throws you a curveball, ask yourself, how can I use this challenge to become a better version of myself? By adopting this mindset, you'll not only navigate life's ups and downs more smoothly, but also find greater fulfillment and joy along the way. After all, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So let's embrace challenges as catalysts for growth and happiness. What challenges are you facing right now, and how can you approach them more positively? 4. Balancing work and life. Ever pondered what truly brings happiness? Embark on a journey where ancient wisdom intertwines with contemporary insights, unveiling the art of harmonizing work and life. As Epictetus once said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. In the pursuit of happiness, the delicate dance between work and life emerges as a pivotal chapter. Picture this. A man strides into his office, fueled by purpose, ready to seize the day. He embodies the Stoic principle of excellence in his craft, for as Marcus Aurelius aptly stated, excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. With a work when at work mantra, he immerses himself fully, channeling his focus into each task. This isn't mere productivity. It's a mindful dedication to the present moment, fostering a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Balancing work and life isn't about rigid compartmentalization. It's about fluid integration. Happy individuals understand this synergy, seamlessly transitioning from the demands of the workplace to the joys of personal life. They leave the office not depleted but invigorated, ready to savor life's pleasures. Seneca's wisdom echoes through the ages. Life is like a play. It's not the length but the excellence of the acting that matters. By nurturing personal hobbies and passions, they infuse vitality into their existence, enriching their days with meaning and purpose. But how does one maintain this delicate equilibrium? The answer lies in intentionality and self-awareness. As Epictetus reminds us, know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Happy individuals cultivate a profound understanding of their priorities and values, aligning their actions with their inner compass. They embrace boundaries, setting aside dedicated time for both work and leisure without guilt or hesitation. This intentional approach fosters a sense of control over one's time, empowering them to lead a fulfilling life on their own terms. In today's fast-paced world, the notion of work-life balance can seem like an elusive mirage. Yet amidst the chaos, Stoic wisdom offers a beacon of clarity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True happiness isn't found in the external trappings of success, but in the mastery of one's inner world. By cultivating resilience and equanimity, individuals can navigate the ebb and flow of life with grace, finding solace in the present moment. In conclusion, the pursuit of happiness is an intricate tapestry woven from the threads of work and life. As Seneca aptly put it, life, if well lived, is long enough. By embracing a work-when-at-work mindset, nurturing personal passions and cultivating self-awareness, individuals can forge a path to lasting fulfillment. Remember, happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey, one best traveled with intention, authenticity, and a steadfast commitment to living life on your own terms. 5. Maintaining an open mind. Maintaining an open mind is a golden pathway to happiness. Have you ever noticed how happy individuals seem to radiate positivity? This isn't by chance. Happy people genuinely welcome diverse perspectives, embracing others' views without quick judgments or forceful impositions. They recognize that harboring prejudices and feeding the ego only escalates negative emotions. Instead, they opt for a more fulfilling approach. They listen attentively, aiming to truly understand. They respect the emotional states of others and, when appropriate, offer advice with complete empathy. Consider Sarah, a project manager in a bustling tech startup. Her team is diverse, brimming with individuals from various cultural backgrounds and unique professional experiences. During team meetings, Sarah makes it a point to encourage everyone to voice their ideas about the project's direction. One day, a new intern, hesitant at first, suggested an unconventional approach to streamline their workflow. Instead of dismissing this fresh perspective, Sarah listened intently, recognized its potential, and implemented it. The result? Not only did the workflow improve, but the intern felt valued and became more engaged in the team. Sarah's openness didn't just solve a work issue, it fostered a supportive and innovative team environment. Now think about your own experiences. How often do you open your heart and mind to what others have to say? Do you listen to understand, or do you listen to respond? Embracing this open-minded approach can lead you to discover joyous connections and solutions you might never have considered otherwise. To cultivate this trait, start small. Next time you're in conversation, focus wholly on the speaker. Absorb their words, their emotions, and their perspective without hastily preparing your reply or judgment. This simple yet profound change can dramatically shift how you interact with the world around you. By nurturing an open mind, you not only enhance your personal happiness, but also contribute positively to your surroundings. The joy in understanding and respecting others' feelings and perspectives is a priceless part of human interaction that enriches our lives in countless ways. So, what will you choose to do today to step closer to happiness? Will you shut down the walls of prejudice and ego, or will you open up to the enriching experiences that await with an open mind and heart? Remember, the path to true happiness is paved with empathy, respect, and understanding, qualities that we can all choose to embody in our daily lives. 6. Enjoying the present joy. Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to be happy in the here and now? Happy people have a special knack for cherishing the very moments they live in instead of being held back by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. As you sit listening to this, ask yourself, when was the last time you fully embraced the moment you were in? This is what happiness is about, being fully present and aware. As the great philosopher Seneca once said, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Happy individuals don't just exist, they thrive by being acutely aware of their current experiences, ready to face whatever comes their way with open arms and a prepared mind. They actively create a bubble of positivity, setting up safety nets like life insurance, not out of fear, but to secure peace of mind. This allows them to relish each day with less worry. Consider this. What measures could you implement in your own life to safeguard your peace of mind? The energy of happiness is contagious. Picture someone you know who always seems to be in good spirits, someone whose optimism is indefatigable. How do they impact the mood of a room when they enter it? Happy people radiate a lightness that can make the weight of the world seem a little lighter. Aristotle famously remarked, "Happiness depends upon ourselves." This suggests that maintaining a positive outlook is not just beneficial for you, but can also illuminate the lives of those around you. So, how can you harness this radiant energy? It starts within. By fostering positive emotions and letting them flourish, you can spread joy to your friends, your family, and beyond. It's a ripple effect where one happy person can influence an entire community. Imagine the difference you could make if you chose to focus on the positives in your life right now. What are some of the blessings in your life that you might be taking for granted? This approach to living isn't just about enjoying fleeting moments of joy, but about constructing a lifestyle where happiness is the foundation. It's about making a conscious choice every day to look for the good in your surroundings and nurture it. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey. As you continue to listen, think about the paths in your life that have led you to contentment and those that have perhaps steered you away from it. What steps can you take today to align more closely with the essence of true happiness? Through understanding and applying these insights into your daily life, you can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary and see the world through a lens of gratitude and joy Why not start today? After all, as John Lennon once beautifully put it, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. How will you choose to live fully in each moment from now on? 6 characteristics of highly focused individuals. The biggest reason people struggle with focus is because they don't understand what focus really is. Most of us think of focus as willpower, the effort you put in to keep your mind on something when it wants to wander. But that's just a simplistic explanation of focus. There's a better way to understand it. Focus isn't something you do, it's a skill you cultivate through practice and habit. Highly focused individuals know that sustained focus over time is the result of many habits formed over time. If you want truly effective focus, you need to master the art of focus. And to do that, you need to cultivate the right habits. Here are 6 habits of highly focused individuals that will help you focus better and achieve outstanding results no matter what type of work you're doing. 6 characteristics of highly focused individuals. 1. Embrace habits. In our pursuit of excellence, whether in personal endeavors or professional fields, the key often lies not in monumental, sweeping changes, but in the nuanced, steadfast cultivation of habits. Consider the ease and grace with which top-tier athletes execute their crafts. Their movements appear seamless and intuitive, contrasting sharply with the more deliberate and often clumsy efforts of amateurs. This distinction is not solely a product of talent, but a testament to the power of ingrained habits that simplify complex actions. Achieving a high level of focus can be greatly facilitated by the mastery of such habits. Habits serve as foundational steps, building towards more intricate behaviors. Take, for example, the seemingly mundane act of preparing to write. The task itself might seem daunting at first, staring down a blank page. However, by establishing a pre-writing ritual, such as making a cup of coffee or tea and allowing yourself a few minutes of musical meditation, you create a psychological warm-up. This routine eases you into the writing process, much like stretching and light exercise prepare your body for a strenuous workout. Over time, this preparatory habit makes sustaining focus less of a struggle and more of a default state. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This insight is particularly relevant when we consider the initial resistance to task initiation. The dread of beginning can often be mitigated by simple, repeatable actions that signal to our minds that it's time to focus. To further enrich this concept, let us remember the words of Aristotle, who wisely stated, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. In the context of our discussion, this means that by consistently engaging in small, preparatory actions, we train ourselves to initiate larger, more complex tasks with greater ease and efficiency. In today's fast-paced world where distractions are plentiful and constant, the ability to focus is more valuable than ever. Integrating deliberate habits into our daily routine can be a transformative strategy for enhancing productivity and achieving a more fulfilled and balanced life. Therefore, I urge you to experiment with creating small rituals that precede your work tasks. Not only will these habits help bridge the gap to more demanding activities, but they will also anchor you in a state of readiness and alertness, paving the way for sustained concentration and success. In stitching together these ideas with the elegant threads of ancient wisdom and modern insight, we find a blueprint for not just coping, but thriving in our contemporary landscape. By fostering a series of small, purposeful habits, we set the stage for larger achievements, ensuring that our focus, once sharpened, remains resilient against the myriad distractions of modern life. 2. Procrastinate effectively. Have you ever felt guilty for putting off tasks, thinking it might be sapping your focus? Let's shift that perspective and explore the art of effective procrastination, a characteristic commonly seen in highly focused individuals. The crux lies not in whether you procrastinate, but in how you do it. Consider this. When you allow yourself small diversions, such as reading a chapter of a book or organizing your workspace, these activities aren't just breaks, but strategic detours that enhance your overall productivity. Imagine you're working on a major project like writing an article. If you step away to read relevant materials, though it seems like you're dodging the main task, you're actually gathering valuable insights that enrich your work. This method turns procrastination from a foe to an ally, ensuring that while you may deviate from the task at hand momentarily, you're still paving a path toward your ultimate goal. Now think about the last time you procrastinated. Did it feel like a complete escape from duties, or did you choose activities that, in some way, could benefit your main tasks? The secret to mastering this skill is recognizing that brief periods of procrastination can prevent longer, more disruptive breaks in the future. By understanding and harnessing the power of effective procrastination, you allow your mind the novelty and stimulation it craves, replenishing your energy and sharpening your focus when you return to your tasks. Consider Sarah, a graphic designer who used to struggle with long work hours on complex projects, often leading to burnout. She began integrating short, structured breaks into her workflow, time during which she'd indulge in different creative activities like sketching unrelated designs or organizing her digital files. These breaks seemed like procrastination, but they kept her creative juices flowing and prevented the fatigue associated with prolonged focus. Over time, Sarah found that these small acts of procrastination significantly boosted her productivity and focus, transforming her approach to work. So, how can you apply effective procrastination in your daily routine? Start by identifying small, enjoyable tasks that are loosely related to your main objectives. Allow yourself to engage in these tasks as a break from your primary responsibilities. This strategy not only refreshes your mind, but also contributes indirectly to your long-term goals. As we wrap up, reflect on how you might be viewing procrastination in your life. Could you turn it into a tool for enhanced productivity and focus? Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate procrastination, but to perfect it. By learning to procrastinate effectively, you harness a powerful ally in achieving not just good, but exceptional focus. What steps will you take today to make procrastination work in your favor, ensuring that every moment of delay is a step towards greater success? 3. Combat distractions. Combating distractions is crucial for maintaining focus, and it's a challenge we all face in various forms every day. You might think distractions are simply a part of life, something inevitable that we must learn to deal with. Many of us approach this challenge by trying to resist distractions through sheer willpower, viewing focus as a rigorous discipline. However, is this really the best strategy? Highly focused individuals approach distractions differently. They recognize that while some distractions are inevitable, many can be proactively managed or even eliminated with thoughtful preparation. Let's consider an example that might resonate with you. Imagine you've committed to a serious morning workout in your home gym. What steps could you take the night before to ensure you stay on track? One effective strategy might be to leave your phone in another room, perhaps in the living room, to avoid the temptation of checking notifications or getting drawn into social media. Additionally, you could lay out your workout clothes right next to your bed. That way, the first thing you see when you wake up is a visual reminder of your commitment to your health. This approach aligns closely with the wise words of Aristotle, who once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. By preparing your environment to support your goals, you transform your good intentions into a habit, minimizing the effort required to make the right choices. It's not just about avoiding distractions. It's about creating an environment that fosters concentration. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What distractions do you find yourself facing most often? Are there proactive steps you could take today to reduce or eliminate these distractions tomorrow? How might your day change if you removed these barriers to your focus? This kind of preparation does more than just aid in concentration. It sets a foundation for a lifestyle where focus becomes more accessible and less stressful. By managing your environment actively, you no longer rely solely on willpower to maintain focus. Instead, you create a space where concentration can flourish naturally. Let's continue this conversation by considering the spaces and routines in our lives. How can we alter them to support our deepest goals? Remember, each small adjustment you make builds your path towards becoming a highly focused individual, one who masters their environment rather than being mastered by it. This journey towards focus isn't just about battling distractions. It's about embracing strategies that turn your space and routines into allies in your quest for success. How will you begin this transformation today? 4. Practice self-compassion. As we journey through the art of mastering focus, a pivotal trait emerges, notably illuminated by the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. This quote harmonizes perfectly with the principle of practicing self-compassion, an essential characteristic of highly focused individuals. Practicing self-compassion means shifting from the traditional tough love approach, often marred by self-criticism, to a more forgiving and understanding attitude towards oneself. The common misbelief that fear serves as a robust motivator is fundamentally flawed. Indeed, while fear can spur action, it is akin to a shadow that dims the light of long-term motivation and erodes self-confidence. Marcus Aurelius's counsel not only guides us to be disciplined, but also reminds us to extend kindness to ourselves in moments of falter. This nurturing approach not only preserves our self-esteem, but enhances our focus, allowing us to return to tasks with renewed vigor and clarity. When distractions creep in, as they invariably will, it's beneficial to address them with a gentle nudge rather than a harsh critique. Suppose you catch yourself procrastinating. Instead of succumbing to frustration, softly remind yourself that procrastination is a universal experience, not a personal failure. By acknowledging this, you allow yourself to refocus without the additional burden of self-reproach. In this fast-paced world, where the pressure to perform is omnipresent, integrating self-compassion into your daily regimen can transform the way you work. It's about understanding that to err is human, and that each setback is a stepping stone to mastery. This approach not only makes the path to high focus more attainable, but also more pleasant. Enhancing this message, the wisdom of Theodore Roosevelt rings true: believe you can, and you're halfway there. This statement reinforces the power of a positive mindset, crucial for maintaining motivation and focus. By believing in your ability to overcome distractions, and by treating yourself with compassion rather than contempt, you fortify your resilience against the challenges of modern life. In conclusion, as you strive to enhance your focus, remember that the journey is as significant as the destination. Adopt self-compassion as your companion, and watch as it transforms your efforts into a more productive, fulfilling endeavor. Let the gentle art of self-forgiveness guide you through the hurdles and lead you back to your tasks with a clearer mind and a lighter heart, ready to tackle the world with undeterred focus and serene confidence. 5. Harness inspiration, but don't rely on it. A critical trait among highly focused individuals is their nuanced relationship with inspiration. They embrace it, yet they're not dependent on it. Picture yourself in the middle of a task, feeling uninspired, yet your performance remains stellar. This isn't a stroke of luck, but a result of cultivated habits that ensure your focus remains sharp, regardless of emotional highs or lows. The lesson here is profound. Don't wait for inspiration to start working. Instead, believe that you are capable of performing well under any circumstance by building and maintaining supportive focus habits. Now, let's imagine a day where inspiration does strike. What then? Do you simply note it and move on? Absolutely not. When you find yourself in the grip of genuine inspiration and the work flows effortlessly, seize that moment. Extend your working hours if possible, reschedule less pressing tasks, and immerse yourself in the productivity that comes with inspired work. Remember, such moments are precious and not always frequent. Never waste a good inspiration, as it might not return for some time. Consider Sarah, a software developer, who once found herself exceptionally inspired while working on a new app feature. Instead of sticking to her usual schedule, she chose to cancel a routine meeting and postponed other minor tasks. The result? She developed a groundbreaking feature in record time, which significantly boosted user engagement. This story exemplifies the power of leveraging inspiration when it strikes. Moreover, focused individuals understand that the relationship between inspiration and action is symbiotic. While it's true that inspiration can lead to a heightened state of focus, the reverse is also powerful. Engaging deeply in a task can spur motivation and even inspire. By continuously fostering focus, you can actually create an environment where inspiration is more likely to occur. How often do you find yourself waiting for the right mood to start a task? Could shifting your perspective towards cultivating focus, regardless of your current state of inspiration, change your productivity? As we navigate our daily lives, the key takeaway is clear. Inspiration is a powerful ally, but it should not be a crutch. By developing strong focus habits and embracing the moments when inspiration does flow, we can achieve exceptional results. Let this be a reminder that both inspiration and focus are within your control. They are tools to be wielded wisely, not whims that dictate your productivity. 6. Clear goals. When we think about what drives the most focused individuals among us, one trait that consistently emerges is their ability to set clear goals that resonate deeply with their values. But why is this alignment between goals and personal values so crucial for maintaining focus? Think of it this way. Just as children effortlessly immerse themselves in video games, or how an athlete like LeBron James might find it natural to stay engaged during an entire basketball game, when you engage in activities that align with what you truly care about, your focus flows seamlessly. The great philosopher Aristotle once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." This holds especially true when it comes to focus. If you take a moment to introspect, can you identify the values that drive your goals? What are the underlying reasons behind your daily pursuits? When you deeply understand and articulate these values, focusing on your goals becomes not just a task, but a natural extension of your being. This kind of focus doesn't require force. It's as instinctive as breathing. Now let's consider how you can apply this insight. What is one area in your life where your focus tends to falter? Could it be that the goals in this area don't quite align with your core values? Imagine reshaping these goals so they truly resonate with what matters most to you. How might this realignment transform your ability to focus? To truly harness the power of focus, it's essential to continually reflect on and clarify your goals. This practice not only sharpens your focus, but also serves as a protective barrier, safeguarding the values that give your life purpose and direction. It's about making your work and your passions one and the same, thus eliminating the struggle typically associated with maintaining concentration. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. This sentiment perfectly encapsulates the importance of having clear, value-driven goals. Without them, maintaining focus is like sailing without a destination, ineffective and exhausting. So let me ask you, how will you ensure that your goals are not just destinations, but reflections of your deepest values? How will you adjust your sails to catch the wind that will take you where you truly wish to go? As you ponder these questions, remember that the journey to unparalleled focus is both a challenge and a profound opportunity to align your life's work with your innermost values. It's a chance to transform not just what you do, but how you do it, making every moment of focus a step towards fulfilling your personal vision and potential. In life, what can we control? According to Mark Manson, the secret to winning at life is to be a bit pessimistic about the world around us, but maintain optimism about what we can control. Focus on what you can control. On this matter, I have some bad news and some good news. The bad news is that you can hardly control anything that happens in life. You can't control what others say or think. You also can't choose your genes, the circumstances of your birth, or growing up with a depressed mother and an alcoholic father. You can't even dictate the year you were born, the cultural values you inherit, or the people you grew up with. You also can't control disasters that happen to you, from traffic accidents, lightning strikes, floods, earthquakes, or asteroid impacts. You also can't entirely control whether you'll get cancer, diabetes, lupus, or Alzheimer's. And you can't anticipate if a loved one will suddenly pass away in a way you couldn't have imagined. You can't control what others think of you or the rumors they hear about you. Nothing in this crazy world is entirely under your control. But here's the good news. The one thing you can control is much more important than all of the above, your own thoughts. The Buddha once taught that if someone shoots you with an arrow, you will be wounded twice. The first is the physical wound caused by the arrow piercing and making you bleed. But the second wound is your belief and thoughts about that physical wound. You'll naturally think, why me? If you get shot, then wish you weren't hit by it. You wish that arrow, and the one who shot it, had never existed. And you torment yourself with those thoughts. This second wound is entirely in the realm of the mind, and it happens or not depending on your choice. Psychological experts often talk about the phenomenon of trivializing pain. In the words of the ancients, this is making a mountain out of a molehill. When someone blows up a tiny matter, like a disagreement with someone, in their mind to the extent that they think life has ended. You're probably not unfamiliar with this because it happens quite often on social media. We dramatize pain for various reasons. The first reason is probably that some people are pampered to the point where even the slightest inconvenience can send them into a crisis. But the second reason lies in the reward hormones released when you receive sympathy, attention, or importance. Many believe that social media has created a victim culture where people are rewarded for their pain. So subconsciously we have to suffer as much as possible. I once wrote about how our culture is currently being dominated by extreme human experiences. The dramatization of pain may also have become another grand testament to our belief that we live in such an extreme world. This is also a way to easily craft your identity. If you have an experience crazy enough to turn into a story, it's hard for people not to pay attention to you. That's how your family, colleagues, and even you remember yourself. And once it's become your identity, you'll fiercely defend it at all costs, because it gives you a sense of security and understanding of yourself. But the problem lies in the fact that we all suffer when we dramatize pain. As Buddha taught, we're making the second wound more pus-filled and bleeding more than the first wound. But we don't entirely want to erase this wound from our minds because the likes we receive on social media bring a huge reward. Something I always remind myself is that no adversity I've encountered is unique. Millions, billions of other people have gone through it before me. Because the essence of dramatizing pain lies in ego. It operates based on the assumption you set that your experience is unique, that no one has ever experienced it, so they could never understand the pain you have to endure. Somehow, the whole world is against you, and only you. You can't control the pain, but you can control your thoughts about it. You can control whether it's overwhelmingly huge or just a trivial matter. You can also entirely choose whether you'll never recover or you'll be much stronger than before. Because pain is unavoidable, but enduring it or not depends on you. Optimism inside, pessimism outside. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor and philosopher who ruled the Roman Empire at its peak, once wrote in his journal, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people you'll meet today will be ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." Write this sentence in your journal and remember it every day. Marcus Aurelius is one of the most famous Stoics. Unlike most modern philosophies that focus more on happiness and positivity, Stoicism suggests that we should imagine the worst outcome of a situation to prepare mentally if it does happen. The core of this philosophy is that if you can be comfortable with the worst outcome, then any other outcome will be an interesting surprise. This makes sense entirely on its own. While maintaining a positive mindset about what you can control is important, being overly optimistic about the world beyond your control can make you suffer much more when things don't go your way. In short, this is the phenomenon of high hopes, many disappointments. Therefore, it's best to be a bit pessimistic about what can happen in life, but optimistic about our ability to overcome those obstacles. Pessimistic outside, but optimistic inside. That's probably the magical combo to help you win in life. Thank you for watching this video on Focus on Yourself and See What Happens, where we explored how Stoic principles can help us cultivate resilience and clarity by redirecting attention inward. Remember, personal growth and well-being come from within, and nurturing your mind and spirit is essential to thriving in all aspects of life. If you found value in this video, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel Stoic in Your Life, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Thank you for being part of our community, and keep striving to embody the virtues of Stoicism.